Gossip is a sort of smoke that comes from the dirty tobacco pipes of those who diffuse it. It proves nothing but the bad taste of the smoker. Pity that consequences are determined not by excuses but by actions. Adventure is not outside man, it is within. The beginning of compunction is the beginning of a new life. No retrospect will take us to the true beginning. It is very difficult to be learned. It seems as if people were worn out on the way to great thoughts, and can never enjoy them because they are too tired. Ignorance gives one a large range of probabilities. Cruelty, like every other vice, requires no motive outside of itself, it only requires opportunity. Consequences are unpitying. Our deeds carry their terrible consequences, quite apart from any fluctuations that went before, consequences that are hardly ever confined to ourselves. A woman dictates before marriage in order that she may have an appetite for submission afterwards. On the verge of a decision we all tremble, hope pauses with fluttering wings. We hand folks over to God's mercy and show none ourselves. I dare say some would never get their eyes opened if it were not for a violent shock from the consequences of their own actions. There are many victories worse than a defeat. There is no escaping the fact that want of sympathy condemns us to a corresponding stupidity. It is never too late to be what you might have been. Men can do nothing without the make-believe of a beginning. When death, the great reconciler, has come, it is never our tenderness that we repent of, but our severity. It will never rain roses. When we want to have more roses we must plant more trees. People talk of their motives in a cut and dried way. Every woman is supposed to have the same set of motives, or else to be a monster. I am not a monster, but I have not felt exactly what other women feel, or say they feel, for fear of being thought unlike others. Blessed is the influence of one true, loving human soul on another. No chemical process shows a more wonderful activity than the transforming influence of the thoughts we imagine to be going on in another. How is it that the poets have said so many fine things about our first love, so few about our later love? Are their first poems their best? Or are not those the best which come from their fuller thought, their larger experience, their deeper-rooted affections? Confound you handsome young fellows. You think of having it all your own way in the world. You don't understand women. They don't admire you half so much as you admire yourselves. Cruelty, like every other vice, requires no motive outside itself, it only requires opportunity. In so complex a thing as human nature, we must consider, it is hard to find rules without exception. If we had a keen vision and feeling of all ordinary human life, it would be like hearing the grass grow and the squirrel's heart beat, and we should die of that roar which lies on the other side of silence. The blessed work of helping the world forward, happily does not wait to be done by perfect men. Our dead are never dead to us, until we have forgotten them. There is one order of beauty which seems made to turn heads. It is a beauty like that of kittens, or very small downy ducks making gentle rippling noises with their soft bills, or babies just beginning to toddle. I am afraid of nothing but that we should miss the passing of our lives together. The secret of our emotions never lies in the bare object, but in its subtle relations to our own past. Animals are such agreeable friends, they ask no questions, they pass no criticisms. The highest form of knowledge is empathy, for it requires us to suspend our ego and live in another's world. Passion is of the nature of seed, and finds nourishment within, tending to a predominance which determines all currents towards itself, and makes the whole life its tributary. It's rather a strong check to one's self-complacency to find how much of one's right doing depends on not being in want of money. It is a common sentence that knowledge is power, but who hath duly considered or set forth the power of ignorance? Knowledge slowly builds up what ignorance in an hour pulls down. Friendship is the inexpressible comfort of feeling safe with a person, having neither to weigh thoughts nor measure words. He was like the cock who thought the sun had risen to hear him crow. Character is not cut in marble, it is not something solid and unalterable. It is something living and changing, and may become diseased as our bodies do. One can say everything best over a meal. What greater thing is there for two human souls, than to feel that they are joined for life, to strengthen each other in all labor, to rest on each other in all sorrow, to minister to each other in all pain, to be one with each other in silent unspeakable memories at the moment of the last parting. I think I dislike what I don't like more than I like what I like. Wear a smile and have friends, wear a scowl and have wrinkles. Any coward can fight a battle when he's sure of winning, but give me the man who has pluck to fight when he's sure of losing. That's my way, sir, and there are many victories worse than a defeat. A woman may get to love by degrees, the best fire does not flare up the soonest. Men, like planets, have both a visible and an invisible history. A difference of taste in jokes is a great strain on the affections. No man can be wise on an empty stomach. There is a great deal of unmapped country within us which would have to be taken into account in an explanation of our gusts and storms.
Thanks for watching. If you like this videos, don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment.